All right, day 2 of the NBA playoffs. We got a couple of games here on ABC. Later we got Phoenix and OKC, but right now we got Philadelphia and Boston. It is time to head to TD Garden. Ryan Ruocco, Jay Billis, and George Sedano have it covered.
All right, Ernie, thank you very much. An April afternoon in Boston, Massachusetts. So often it's meant playoff basketball for these fans. The Celtics in a 12th straight postseason and seeking a 19th championship banner. That goal made possible in the minds of these fans because of the return of that man, Jason Tatum, coming back less than 300 days after tearing his Achilles. And what a job his running mate Jaylen Brown did, helping Boston excel while he was gone. But it's Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers who stand in their way first as we welcome you to the NBA playoffs presented by Google. It's the first round presented by Popeyes. Taking a look at our Eastern Conference playoff bracket, Cavs and Knicks picking up wins yesterday. Later on, it'll be the Pistons and Magic. As we welcome you courtside. Hey everybody, Ryan Ruocco alongside Jay Billis. So happy to be with you for the NBA playoffs here on ABC. Jay, this season for the Celtics has already defied expectations.
One of the truly remarkable stories in the NBA this season. You know, last year when Jason Tatum ruptured his Achilles in Game 4 against the Knicks, I think outside expectations were low of the Celtics this year, but don't tell that to Brad Stevens and Joe Mazzulla. Jason Tatum attacked his rehab, and in his absence, Jaylen Brown was absolutely magnificent. But now the Celtics have back a 4-time All-NBA first-teamer that is averaging close to 22 points, 10 rebounds per game in the last 16 games, over 25 in the last 10. And Jaylen Brown has had an All-NBA first-team season, averaging 29 points per game, and since Jason Tatum's return, his numbers haven't dropped off at all. This is not a Batman and Robin scenario, it's Batman and Batman.
Taking a look at today's Star Watch, brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile, and this is exactly what Jay is talking about. The numbers just as exquisite for Jaylen Brown, with or without Jason Tatum. Meanwhile, for the Philadelphia 76ers, they have dealt with injuries all season long, and now they deal with medical emergency illness with Joel Embiid, who is still recovering from an appendectomy. He has not been ruled out for the series, but he will not play today. Philadelphia will have Tyrese Maxey, though, and as good as he's been, he was even better this season.
Well, he'll be the focal point of the Boston defense. Tyrese Maxey is 5th in the league in scoring, and against the Celtics, he's the only player in the NBA to have averaged 30 points per game against Boston. He's also averaging close to 9 assists against the Celtics. The key for him is his speed. He's got such great speed, not only in the open court, but driving the ball as well. And for Boston, they're going to have to try to keep him out of transition and keep Tyrese Maxey off the foul line.
Philadelphia and Boston, these teams meeting for a 23rd time in the playoffs, an NBA record. They renew this rivalry coming up next on ABC.
NBA First Round on ABC is presented by Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. This presentation of NBA First Round presented by Popeyes will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
This is ESPN on ABC. It's that time of year. The players now set. Time to find the rhythm.
Something I worked my entire life for.
The stakes are going to be higher, more eyes are going to be on us.
This is what you play for. This is the best part of the season.
Lay it all on the line.
The energy is different. The tension is thick. Legends are made in the postseason.
16 teams embark. 16 wins, the mission.
It's playoff time, the best time of the year.
I'm excited to play in high-stakes games again. The ultimate test is coming up.
He throws it down. Wow!
The journey is underway.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs.
Down the pipe.
Oh my goodness! It's a rip
Boston Suns win.
You want to know what playoff basketball looks like? This is it.
The NBA playoffs. Game 1 on ABC, the home of the finals.
Well, here we go in Boston, game 1 between the Sixers and the Celtics, a 2-7 matchup in the East. And what history between these franchises. They are meeting for a 23rd time in the playoffs. Boston leading 15-7. Their first meeting back in 1953 when the Sixers were the Syracuse Nationals. Celtics have won the last 6 meetings. Philadelphia's last win, you got to go back to 1982 to further set the table for today. Let's send things down on the floor to George Sedano.
Thanks, Ryan. As we know, the Celtics were champions just 2 seasons ago. Last year, their season cut short by the Knicks and Jason Tatum's Achilles injury. I asked Joe Mazzulla, their head coach, what he learned from those journeys. He actually referenced the championship journey, and he said, very simply to me, I can control what I can control. He's very much at peace and at ease with that situation. Here's the reality of it. He said that during that championship run, after the fact, he watched back all those games, and he wrote down 20 different instances where the outcome could have changed and would have derailed their championship hopes. So he knows that how that applies today is very simple. Control what you actually can control, which is rebounding, defense, and controlling the free throw line, Ryan.
All right, good stuff, George. Take a look at today's starting lineups. They're brought to you by Voya for the visiting Sixers. Tyrese Maxey, the impressive rookie, VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre Jr., Paul George, and Adem Bona, who had a huge playing game against Orlando. And for Boston, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Sam Hauser, Jason Tatum, and Nemish Queta, who had a terrific season in a starting role for Boston. So Queta and Bona will jump it up. First of 2 games on ABC today, with the Thunder and Suns game 1 up next. We are ready on a Sunday afternoon in Boston. The Celtics and the Sixers. Scott Foster will toss it up. And game 1 is underway as Philadelphia wins the tip.
White starting on Tyrese Maxey, but Maxey's going to see a lot of different defenders that have size and length to try to bother him.
George,